Today I want to talk about something that can help with motivation, art blocks, confidence, and can help me, as well as you, be more consistent with our drawings and sketches. The way we start the sketchbook has a huge impact on how we are going to use the rest of the sketchbook, especially impacts how often we are going to use it. So I decided for the first page of this sketchbook not to make a drawing, rather to write something I can read every time I open it to start drawing, or every time I open it because I'd like to start drawing and I'm looking for motivation. Here is what I wrote on my first page. Feel free to copy the messages, but you don't have to. Your messages can be something personal that speaks to you at a deeper level. After all, you know what you need to hear. So here's what I wrote. The first point is draw because you know the process will bring you joy. I especially need this reminder because I feel sometimes I limit myself to do something because I tend to overthink things. A bit like, oh, maybe I won't have enough time to finish, so what's the point in starting? Or maybe today is not going to come out a great sketch because I'm not that much in the mood, you know, things like that. But then I know that if I push myself to start something and I overcome that first block, then I know I'm going to love it. So this message is here to remind myself that I know I'm going to love drawing. The second is, if you don't have time, just make a small sketch. This is to push myself to draw something even if I only have 2 or 5 minutes. It might even be better actually to have such a short time, because it can really help put down the essential and don't get bugged with all the details or the thought of trying to make something beautiful. We already start with the idea that we can't possibly make something exceptional in 2 minutes, so we might actually like what we're creating in that little window of time. It's a bit like when you go to life drawing classes to help you get in the flow and warm up, right? The first poses are always super quick, like in general 1, 2 or 5 minutes. And then from there you move to 10, 20, 30-minute ones. And I definitely have seen amazing drawings done in those 2 minutes. Yeah, that kinda my target. Remember that beauty is in confidence and not perfection. This is especially important because I need to keep reminding myself that beauty is in confidence and not perfection. What I mean with this is that whenever I'm drawing or sketching, I try to remind myself to put down confident lines or confident marks. This means a line in one go or a brush stroke in one go, brave, strong, bold, without trying to go back and trying to correct the lines because I think it's not that great or it's not that straight or could be better. No corrections or series of small lines to trying to make the perfect one. Also, don't forget that mistakes and imperfections, they do become an integral part of an artwork when done masterfully, at least. The fourth point is make mistakes today so you can enjoy tomorrow. So a mistake today is a joy tomorrow. Have you ever heard this expression? So basically it's here to remind myself to experiment, to be actually sure to fail in the sketchbook. The sketchbook is here for this, is to allow ourselves to fail and figure out what works and what doesn't. After all, a sketchbook is ours only. It's a place to make mistakes and have fun, really. And because every drawing or painting I make always has something I love about and something I'm not too happy about and I wish I'd done differently. And the next one, I always noticed I ended up doing that part that I didn't like before a bit differently, but now maybe there is something else that needs improvement and I'm not too happy about. So drawing is not about making something beautiful, but it should be about finding yourself in what you draw. The next and last point is to remind ourselves that consistency is the key to success. Repetition, really, it's what makes us skillful. But consistency is not something we are born with. I think everyone struggles with consistency, and there is this conversation about procrastinations and art blocks and everything. But I think that consistency comes by trying to access the sketchbook and open it as much as possible. And so reconnecting to the second point, that if we don't have time to just make a small sketch, this will eventually turn into an habit and will then brings us to consistency. So these are my messages. I felt the need to write them down on the first page because I felt I needed a bit of boost to improve my consistency overall, and I actually feel the need. I want to draw more, and this reminds me that everything that I find that make me stuck and actually not starting by putting a pencil on paper is probably nothing really so important that I can't do it even for 2 or 5 minutes. So these are my messages to myself. And what is a message that you are going to write in your sketchbook and feeling like sharing it with us? I'd love to hear that. For anything else, see you in the next video. Bye.